Hey, it's your boy MG coming to you guys to do a little lesson on worming. This is a problem a lot of folks have with their horses that are problematic when it comes to worming. Worming and clipping and things of this nature, oftentimes we only give it attention when we're going to do it. And because of this, a horse learns defenses. So what you have to remember, this is Tink. Tink is a horse that came into us for 30 days of training. And they also said she was impossible to worm. So we are going to do our best to get her wormed today. Now what we have to remember is whenever you're going to clip, whenever you're going to sedate, whenever you're going to worm, whenever the horse can evade you and get a momentary release, they're going to keep doing it. So what we have to try to do is if she throws her head or she gives us any problems, we just want to stick right there with her, and no matter what she does, pretend like it's not a big deal. Notice I have a hitching post between her and I, so it's not likely for her to come forward, okay? Remember, the most important thing about horsemanship is safety. If you get hurt, you can't help any more horses. So your safety is the most important, followed by the horse's safety. If our horse gets hurt, then we don't have a horse to work with either. So trying to keep both of us safe, but when it comes to this, we don't want to release the pressure at the wrong time. First thing that I'm going to need to do is a horse that doesn't like wormer, doesn't like their face messed with too much. So I'm just going to pet her on the face and put a finger in her mouth. And she already kind of acts like she wants to sit back, evades. No matter what she does, I'm just going to take my fingers right here. You don't have to worry about getting bit because there's no teeth here. And I'm just going to massage the roof of her mouth. Notice how I keep my face away from her. There we go, and she has grooves on the top of her mouth like all horses do. You just rub on that and give her a release. Good girl. Come back, do it again. Good girl. Come back, do it again. Notice we're not making this anything about worming. Okay? So many folks, when they have a set of clippers or whenever they have a wormer, they just bring it at the horse. You're gonna take it, and the horse throws their head and they're in the cross ties or they're tied up to a wall or they're tied up to a post where they can really put their body pressure and their physicality on you. You want to put the horse in a position where you can put the pressure on the horse, but the horse can't put pressure on you. That's the way that you outthink the horse. That's the way that you're one step ahead of them. Again, so I just keep coming back. So like I said, she's about 30 days under saddle. We haven't even attempted to worm her yet. But what we have done is we started putting the snaffle on and just touching her face for the snaffle the first couple of times, she lost her marbles. I guess before she got started, they had some traumatic experiences worming her and the people lost. So she did not want her mouth touched at all. So the way that I got her better about being touched in the mouth is just doing this. Coming to her face, rubbing the roof of her mouth. Look at how she opens her mouth and licks and chews and releasing. Perfect. That's it. Now we have our wormer right here. And we're just not making a big deal of it. You see me not looking for a fight. My body doesn't get all tense and tight. There we go. Big release. There we go. So you always want to check it. Right here on your wormers, you're usually going to have for the weight of the horse. So she is going to be about 1,000 pounds. Perfect. Notice how very similar to doing an obstacle, very similar to clipping. We don't even make it about the obstacle or about clipping. If they give us a hard time, we just keep the pressure on them until they give us what we want. In this case, it's just her opening her mouth. All right, pro tip, whenever you have this on the side, we're gonna put, so this is just excess wormer, we're gonna put it in her mouth and we're gonna drag it out of the corner of her mouth and let the corner of her mouth catch it. And just pet her mouth again. Perfect. Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying, well, Michael, that's not fair. She's already given in. Most of the time, when people are going to do things that they normally don't do with a horse, they're already uncomfortable about it. So they bring the wormer in and they approach her like they're a kung fu fighter and they try to shove it to her, and then they get 2 or 3 people to hold onto their ears and grab them and tie them and snub them up. Well, of course the horse is going to be resistant to that. But whatever you're trying to do with your horse, if you can just make it, hey, it's no big deal. Hey, I'm going to touch your mouth. Hey, it's no big deal. She has nothing against wormer, okay? She has something against the approach in which people have tried in the past to give her that wormer. And because of that, as soon as we got her over that sensitivity to her face and her mouth, where we could just touch her face, touch her mouth, and whether she threw her head, whether she sat back or jumped forward or do whatever, we just came right back to it and rubbed the roof of her mouth with our fingers. We gave her wormer for the first time with no problem. Now we tried to get a problem one that would show us a little bit more, but the fact of the matter is, if you prepare properly, you're preparing them for success. And more times than not, you won't even see the problem that people have been talking about. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching our video. Make sure to get in the comments below and give us your feedback. Let us know what all problems you're having, if you're having any problems with the steps, if there's more videos or problems that you would like to see. We just want to better help you bond with your horse and help fix some of your equine problems and reach your equine goals.